there, welcome back to Mimi's Life. Today a slightly different video than what you're used to, and that's just because I have not had the time to do the normal in-depth kind of research, mental health stuff. So we're gonna do something a little more fun today, and I'm gonna be painting because that's one of the things I really love to do, but I haven't done it in so long. So here I am with actually just dollar store items. Like seriously, I don't have a big budget right now. I'm actually kind of struggling. So I decided to just go ahead and just grab things that are really cheap. And I'm gonna create a beautiful masterpiece, or so I think. So anyway, yeah, let's get started and let's get my stuff set up. And I'm hoping you're gonna enjoy this. And yeah, by the way, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I may take a slight little left turn with what I used to do, but hopefully this will make me upload a little more often because it is going to be a little easier for me to do. My apologies for the camera angle. I'm still trying to figure out what to do. I had it on a bunch of books and kind of angled in a way, and then I realized that you're actually watching me making this painting upside down. Sorry about that. I will see what I can do for the next video. So anyway. For colors, I just picked the primary colors in black and white. These are really cheap paints. They're not of great quality, and especially the white and the black I have are super watery. Oh, and the yellow as well. Really watery paint. So I have to be careful. I like to start with a light source. So I figured we'd do just a cute little sun. And then it's time for the sky. Gonna make that sun stand out, give it a little bit of a glow, and then work on the rest. So I've been really busy lately. I am still in the process of having my kids come back into my care. I am in the middle of legal processes because of that as well. So there have been court and all that to attend, and talking with lawyer, social worker, and all that fun stuff. I'm not going into details about this, but yeah, there's a lot happening in the family, and that can be really draining emotionally. Time for some clouds, or at least the outline of some. I am still working on figuring this out. Like, I'm not, a professional painter by any means, or artist, but I do love to mess around with paint and colors, and I will probably fix this up a little bit later. Not in this particular video, but when I continue on with this painting. So yes, that does mean that this video is a part 1 of 2. I didn't want to overwhelm you with like a 30-minute long video. Trying to get some highlights in those clouds and work them so that they look like clouds and not like mountains, as they kind of sort of look now. So how have you guys been? Oh, let me know in the comments. I know I've been kind of missing in action, and I'm sorry about that. Like I said, a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff happening in my life, and I just have not been able to put any time and effort into making videos. I decided to use some household items that I have laying around the house. You probably noticed that toothbrush sitting there. Now, what I'm using right now is a bobby pin. I was messing around earlier and used the bobby pin for different things on a painting, and I actually quite enjoy using it. You have to be pretty patient. It doesn't really go fast, but I like how you can put in little details using this particular item. I'm all for using household items and going cheap. As I said, I have no budget really for this, so we're gonna stick with some simple items for now. I wanted to create a body of water, so that's what I'm doing right here. And as you can see, those clouds don't really look like clouds yet. But I'll be working on that, and hey, I'm no professional. I'm doing this for my own basic therapy, really, because I've been so busy and so crazy, like going in my head constantly. So I just needed something to totally get lost in, and this is something I totally get lost in. I lose track of time. I am so into what I'm doing, and that is beautiful because I need to just get out of my own head sometimes. Those that are new to my channel, I have BPD, which is borderline personality disorder. I do have a playlist with videos about that if you're wondering. So I will pop that up on the screen for you so you can take a peek. But I need to do self-care. I need to do other things than to be constantly in my head. Okay, so this is the first time I'm using a palette knife. I've never used one before, so it's probably, you know, a little messy, not quite the right technique. It doesn't really matter to me as long as I'm doing something and creating something and I'm busy. And if you were wondering, I am inspired by the artist Bob Ross. I really think he is like the man. And this is my first attempt of doing a mountain-like landscape using a palette knife. I have no particular shape in mind. I'm just kind of going with it. And this is what I love doing, is get my hands dirty. I love the feel of paint on my fingers. I love to diffuse things because you can see really strong lines still from that palette knife, and I'm just trying to smooth it out a little bit. And I just love the feeling of the paint on my skin and just moving it around. I love mixing around the paint. Now I'm trying to just soften that line a little bit. Get rid of the harsh edges. And then I'm trying to decide where to put some rocks, stones, some sort of land mass into my painting. And again, I'm just letting it happen. Random shapes, they will turn into something. And if, you know, just you need to use some of your imagination on this, but at the same time, I just go ahead and just let it come to life. Because I only have the primary colors and black and white, I need to do a lot of mixing so that I get the colors that I want. But I enjoy that. I think that's half the fun, is to create colors with just very little. And it's amazing how a little bit of this and a little bit of that can just create a stunning color. It really relaxes me when I paint, and I forgot how much I enjoyed it, and I'm so glad that I started doing it, and I'm so happy to share it with you guys. And here I come again with my little bobby pin. Trying to put in some shadows here, give it a little bit more texture, define it a little bit more. I've noticed by starting my painting again is that I've actually been able to relax and to get out of my head and not be constantly worried about things or thinking about stuff or overthinking, ruminating, you know, all those things that I'm good at. So this is so good for me, so good for me. And you don't have to be a Picasso apparently, because I'm not a Picasso. I'm just messing around for real. I just doing, not really thinking. Putting in some kind of tree trunks for a tree line that's at the bottom of those mountains there. Those mountains are not finished yet, by the way. They still need some highlight, like snow, and some shadows. But the paint was really wet, so I decided to just let it dry and continue on with the rest for now and then get back to it. So bobby pin time again. You can create some really cool looking leaves on trees that way. Hey, and let me know if you've got any like household items that you use when you do any artwork, and because I love to hear some tips and tricks. I happened to just kind of stumble upon this because my daughter wanted to make stars. So I said, well, maybe use a bobby pin and put little dots on your canvas that will create stars. Pulling down a little bit there to create a bit of a reflection. And what I do is I dab in the still wet paint, so I do have the color of the trees, and then put them underneath to create a little bit of a reflection in the water. And this is a tip from Bob Ross, by the way, not mine. I just applying it here. Now I was going to use the knife to create a really cool effect that I've also stole from Bob Ross, yes, to try to create some water lines. Now my white is super runny, which is kind of unfortunate, so it was a little hard to apply to the canvas, but I worked my way around it and had fun with it, and I just need to eventually get better paint. But for now, just working with what I have and putting in some water lines. And yes, I have to paint with my finger yet again. And I use my pinky because it's the smallest part. It's a little bit easier to move everything around without creating big smudges. And as I said, it's not finished yet, but this is what it looks like the right way. And I have to finish this, and I will definitely film this when I do finish it, so that you can see the end result. It will be kind of neat. You can throw in some ideas for what I should add into this painting. I already have a little bit of an idea of what I want to do with it. For now, this is it, because like I said, I don't want to overwhelm you with a super long video of me painting. Subscribe to my channel. I'm a single mom of 5, and I have a mental health problem. I have borderline personality disorder, and I just want to share what I do in my life, and I just want to be a advocate for mental health so that we can talk more and talk more and talk more and lift the stigma, you people. All right, have a great and awesome day. We'll see you back on my channel. Bye.